This week's video is sponsored by Displate, the perfect way to make your fandom shine. More on them shortly. What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're on the Season 2 finale of X-Men 97. Gambit's back. What? Crazy. But if you guys want to follow along with us, check out the Uncle reactions on our Patreon. We've got them for every single episode, plus future seasons as well. I just want to jump into this. I don't want, are you ready?
Go. Yeah, let's go.
Ready.
Down.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Previously on X-Men.
All right, Storm.
All right, giving it to Storm to finish us up.
I think it's going to be a big return for Gambit.
Yeah.
Maybe and Apocalypse at the same time.
Yeah, the Apocalypse is not going anywhere.
You will always be a monster!
That's a mean thing to say to a baby.
I fear there's more to this darkness than we have yet to understand.
The X-Men.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, we're going to see some serious shit.
Death is evolution.
Find Gambit, now!
This is so epic, dude. This is a great previously on.
Apocalypse is in there, and it's my destiny to kill him.
Cable, don't do this.
God damn, this is a whole season, dude.
Yeah.
If you think you're taking us in, you're in for a surprise.
Hey, Chief.
What do you say to both of us getting what we want?
Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
Is it X-Force? Is it going to be the last one? I feel like it's just going to be the regular one.
This intro's got to be
I think it's going to be
gnarly
the regular
long.
one. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the regular one.
See, I told you, it's X-Factor versus X-Men, dude.
There it is.
No way.
Yep.
With
Wow,
Siren and
okay.
Bane and shit. But X-Factor, they're going to get stomped, dude. I'm sorry.
He may have thought he could hide inside of Gambit, but he can't hide from me. We want to end Apocalypse. Gambit has to die.
Again?
Again. Well, he shouldn't have come back in the first place, so.
When navigating uncertain waters, there is no truer compass than an old friend.
What is this, James Cameron's The Abyss?
Low power signature, perhaps.
Greetings, Hank McCoy.
Bro, next season, I'd love a beast-centric episode.
Apocalypse was forged by the celestial will. If you try to end him, you risk offending powers beyond your comprehension.
Sick.
Offend them.
Those who enter the celestial shrine do not come out without paying a price.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
We watched Ensavanur enter it and emerge a tyrant, consumed by its darkness.
I know, Kurt, but I ain't turning back now.
Is she going to become an Apocalypse?
Is she gonna get some kind of celestial power?
Bro, I am searching my comic book Rolodex. I got nothing. I have no in the fuck idea what is going to happen in this episode.
Amazing.
I've only ever tried to save you and your people from yourselves. So if you won't turn over Gambit, I will take him.
I don't like her.
Prepare to breach the EMP field.
Val, we can't do this. We'd be declaring war on mutant kind.
Not mutant kind.
Listen to Alex, Val.
X-Factor and X-Force working together. Two birds, one stone.
Ain't that a bitch?
It's time to slice and dice.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, what the farts? We're going full Pacific Rim with these Sentinels?
I'm sure it ain't easy going up against your old team.
I'm an X-Man. Pretty sure I always was.
Yeah.
Hey.
And always will be.
Me too, Polaris. Me too.
Professor, any word on Rogue?
Wherever she's gone, it is to a realm beyond Cerebra's reach.
Dude, what the hell?
What happened?
She's in the online.
She's
Celestial?
She's encountering a Celestial. Wow. That voice.
And that
does not belong to you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The man I love, he's been taken by the monster you created.
Life only advances at the expense of other lives.
No, it doesn't.
Through apocalypse.
God, well, this guy's so dramatic.
The world will be stronger for his loss.
Then you clearly ain't never met Remy LeBeau!
Punching a celestial in the face.
She tried. She's trying.
You fight against the impossible.
This music's so good.
That's what you do for the people you love.
There is only one way for you to prove it. Sacrifice
She gonna have to die?
your life
Yeah.
for
I was worried about it, guys.
What is
I was
this?
worried about this.
Oh.
I was worried about this.
For Remy, I'd give anything.
No. I don't like it.
For one last fight.
What the what? She's gonna turn into sheepocalypse.
What are we about to see? Yeah.
Chikaka. Whoa, what the
Yo,
hell?
what? That's so sick.
Oh my
With the
stars and
celestial
garters.
armor.
Quite literally.
Oh, my stars and garters.
Mein Gott.
You are alive!
Well,
Prayed for you and Remy.
We're gonna need it.
Go. We'll see you on the other side.
what the hell?
Thank you, Elf, for keeping the faith.
She's saying goodbye. She knows she's gonna die.
What is it ship said? No one enters that shrine without paying a price.
Mm-hmm. And she agreed to pay it.
Batu, you have those mechs under control?
Define control? Oh, Dios.
Dios.
Then hit him hard and hit him fast.
Oh, strong guy. Siren.
Whoa.
Wow. I guess strong guy is real strong.
We are facing mech sentinels by the dozens. Human pilots. This will require a delicate touch.
Let me get that theme.
We have them on the ropes, Cable. Now go in for the kill.
Oh my lord.
Oh God. Hitting him with that hyper viper beam again.
Please, Nathan. We can stop Apocalypse and save Gambit.
You know I can't do that. Gambit is one life. Apocalypse will kill billions. Nathan, no!
Oh shit. Oh my god.
I feel like that's every line that
what now?
that Jean Grey says in this show is together as a family.
This week's sponsor is Displate, the home of premium metal posters. These premium metal posters are a great way to bring the movies, shows, games, and artwork you love into your home or office space. Displate offers officially licensed brand shops alongside designs from independent artists, giving you millions of ways to express your passions and build a collection that feels personal to you. They're also designed to look great together, whether you're starting with one or turning an entire wall into a celebration of your favorite fandom. You can even create a custom display using your own artwork or personal photos. Perfect for your collection or as a one-of-a-kind gift. Every Displate includes a magnet mounting system that doesn't require any tools to install. Just apply the protective leaf and magnet, press firmly, and hang. No drilling required. It's quick, easy, and a great way to make your space feel like you, and a great gift idea. Use our link below or scan the QR code or enter the code Heroes Reforged to get 22% off one Displate, 27% off 2 Displates, or 33% off 3 or more. Discounts are not valid on limited editions.
Someone forgot to knock.
Oh shit.
Oh goodness.
Wait, I sense something. Another.
Oh, more fan Wolverine?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, Doc Ock.
Hey, a little Doc Ock action.
From contract killer to government stew.
Made you look so 90s and good.
What, they offer you a pension plan?
Nice try, lady. But these brains have already been scrambled.
Iconic.
You got moves, kiddo. But part of growing up is knowing when to pack it in.
I'm going to need an episode next season that also makes me like Havoc, because right now, he's a dick, dude.
You got no more flares? You got 0 flares left.
Oh, God. Ejectocito?
Yep.
Well, she about to make some flares, I guess.
Oh, she did make flares.
Ouch. That looked like it might hurt in the morning.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice.
Yo, Jubilee's so dope. Look at her.
Dude,
Look at her.
considering
She even
where
hit her.
she came from the first episode
She
of the
even hit
first
her
season.
emote pose at the end.
Yep.
You know, neither of us can really make a dent in the other, right?
That's funny. These guys have similar powers.
Get off of her!
Hey.
Give it up, Polaris.
Oh, baby. Oh, what a nice shield
He's
cover.
back.
The gods always be in my favor.
Oh, I like it, but I don't like it.
No see, mes amis. What I miss.
What I missed.
Oh, man. Why?
Oh, look at this shit. Yeah, dude.
Hallway putazos coming from Gambit. Wow.
Dude, using multiple man against himself like that?
Jeez.
Gambit's mind won't hold Apocalypse much longer. Are you in this
Yep.
fight or not?
Mm-hmm.
Have you met my parents?
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit.
Scott!
Oh, he's demasking.
You don't have to do this.
You know I do.
Oh, my God, dude.
Damn.
Wow.
There goes X-Corp. Jeez.
Damn.
Don't forget Rogue's
was-
still out there.
I know, but that was all Cable that just did that.
Yeah.
Incredibly powerful. We forget because he's mostly just like the big muscly guy with the guns from the future.
Yeah,
like, no,
using
dude,
the
he is.
guns. Mm-hmm.
Look at that. He's not even talking. He's just getting it done.
Cable, no!
I'm sorry.
What?
This must be Charles put it in his head
Nathan, what did you do?
Oh.
to
Cable,
buy them time.
status report.
No, never mind. I guess this really did happen. But now here comes Rogue.
Even worse. Even worse. Even
He's got
worse.
Apocalypse inside of him. Of course. That was awesome. What the fuck?
Shit, dude.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
No.
Death Apocalypse?
This isn't how this is
Remy-
supposed to happen.
Remy Death
Gampocalypse?
Apocalypse?
I can't reach Gambit's mind.
It's toast.
Buddy.
Cable, come on, man.
Remy, if you're in there, we don't want to hurt you.
You mistake weakness for virtue.
What the hell?
Cable, come on, man. Your gun isn't doing shit.
So much for destiny.
Ooh. Ooh.
You all belong to me.
Oh,
My
crap.
X-Men.
Shit. Oh,
Here comes Rogue.
When the teacher finally learns the lesson, the ones you care for will be your undoing.
Nope.
No. They
are how we survive.
That's Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
They are how we have always survived.
She's coming in hot like Sailor Moon with like a magical girl transformation.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, man. Let me touch your face.
That's exactly what she did. She's giving up her life.
Oh, dude, I love when the show does this shit.
She can take... What? What?
You've been carrying him around your whole life. Reckon you'll figure out what to do with this.
Wow.
What?
Is Apocalypse defeated?
Oh my god.
Whoa. For now, he's trapped inside that gem.
Rogue really do always come to Gambit's rescue.
No, but this has to be goodbye now. No, Rogue.
What the hell?
What is it, Cher?
Is she
To
not gonna die?
save you, there needed to be a sacrifice.
Did she sacrifice her powers?
Oh, maybe. What?
It was Kurt. It was Kurt. He goes in for Rogue. No way, dude. No.
To challenge the sacrifice she has made.
Kurt.
Whoa.
You blue, beautiful bastard. Oh my God. Yeah,
I
he's
know
gonna have
they will
no
grieve.
doubt.
With time, my memory will be a seed from which new ones will grow
No.
Too sad. Too sad. Too sad.
to share with one another
Just watch Jubilee do fireworks.
and to build a better future with the hearts that they inspire together as they were always meant to be.
This Celestial is gonna be like, you know what? You're too good. You can live.
How can you be so certain your end will bring forth all this life?
Because that's love.
Because
I believe.
I have faith.
I have faith.
Yep.
Shut
Fuck you, show. Oh my god.
Kurt Wagner.
Oh my god, and that's it.
Wow.
Oh, my boy Nightcrawler. Oh.
Well, he got an episode that just like was a perfect Nightcrawler episode, right? This show fucking does that. It gives you like, here's why you love this character, and then like 3 episodes later, they're dead. Like,
Oh.
For the anti-mutant coalition,
setting up season 3.
making Graydon Creed.
Oh
No.
Oof.
What in the
Okay, I was
Who the
like,
hell are you?
I knew it. I knew it.
Don't mind me.
Damn.
Mystique determined to attack the United States.
I'll say.
Whoa.
Wow, she replaces
Okay.
Valerie Cooper. Really good. Really good.
Dang.
So that's going to be season 3. It's going to be Mystique is what it was called in the comics. And maybe it could be I still think that end of season 3 is going to be Onslaught. If we're not getting, think about this, right? If Gambit dies in season 1, comes back in season 2. Magneto dies in season 2, comes back in season 3. And I think the Onslaught threat could be the thing that would be the fallout of whatever Mystique is going to do and what those characters and what like the, fighting the U.S. government, what all that could lead to.
Yeah.
It could be, because that's the kind of shit that like when things get really bad, Charles Xavier as a character, he can get to a point where he goes, fuck it. Actually, Magneto was right. Fuck all you humans. We're going all out. Like that could happen. So if Mystique, Graydon Creed is president, all that forces Charles to go, I was wrong. I was mistaken, but Eric was correct. Onslaught will then take over half of his psyche and, and that could lead to the An awaken, exactly. And that could be the way that Magneto
yeah.
comes back to life after in the aftermath. But
yeah,
man, what a beautiful, beautiful send-off for Nightcrawler. Did not expect that at all.
Not
it was really well done because it was unexpected.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing about this season, truthfully, is that like it was really hard to try to figure out exactly where the show was gonna go. And I think there was a little part of me that was, I don't know. I think I was a little nervous to see where it was going to go because I know behind the scenes, like they overhauled some of the crew and like some of the showrunners have changed and stuff. Yeah. And sometimes that worries me because because especially when the first season of anything is so good, the second season has the pressure to like be as good. Like I don't always need it to be better, but I need it to be at least the same level. And I feel like this was at the same level, and I think there's like little parts of it that I think were even better than the first season. There's like little parts of it here and there that I'm like, it's right on par, or maybe not as good in certain moments. But like, I feel like 99.999% of the season was just as good, and in part like better than what they did. And there's moments where there's a lot of action, but then there's a lot of moments where it's really just like philosophical conversations about like life and sacrifice and faith and all that stuff. And I think if a show like X-Men can, or just like any show, if any show can pull that off, then I think, you know, it did its job and maybe even exceeded expectations and is going to surprise people in a lot of ways. And I just, going into the season, was really apprehensive and nervous about that part because I thought, if there is a big changeover in the creatives, because, you know, we see that kind of shit all the time, and especially with these comic book properties, whether it's Marvel or DC, if there is an overhaul from season to season or movie to movie, you just like don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what to expect. So I was worried if they're going to handle this story about bringing back Gambit, which I felt like was an inevitable part of what this season was going to be about. Is it going to do it well enough where by the end of it, he comes back and I go, that's justified. And I feel like this show did it, and it's not even because of the way they brought Gambit back. It's how Kurt sacrifices himself for Gambit.
You're right.
And for Rogue, that I think made the whole thing work more so than anything else.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Damn it. You're absolutely right. It's less about the fan service, because we all want these characters to like have a great time, you know, live happily ever after, right off into the sunset, whatever.
Never die.
But the truth is that like good stories are going to break your heart a little bit. And even the X-Men comics themselves that like these creatives are drawing inspiration from, you know, I go to even just the Danger Room episode, which seems pretty low stakes, but the comic that pulls from like reveals that they didn't quite do it in this show. And I wonder if they're going to do anything with that in the future. But even that has the tragedy of the Danger Room becomes sentient and then decides to sort of like attack Charles Xavier, but it also has a history, and it reveals that Charles learned that the Danger Room gained sentience like years prior, but kept her basically enslaved because he needed to train his students. So like everything, even a kick-ass fun storyline where it's like, well, what if the Danger Room came alive and then the X-Men had to fight the Danger Room itself? Oh, that'd be great. There's a tragedy in there. Yeah. There's a great like opportunity for the writing with these characters and their points of view and the perspectives. And, you know, even at the end there where like Nathan Summers Cable wanted to kill Gambit, like I completely understand his point of view. He said it clearly, like Remy is one life. Apocalypse will kill billions. Please, you know that I have to do this. Talking to his mom and dad, Cyclops and Jean Grey. And you're like, God damn, like I understand that point of view. So this show does such a great job of like not shying away from that stuff. And I think that there is a piece of me that like feels like season one did have a little bit more of an impact because it was more fresh. It was like, whoa, what is this show coming out of the gate? Yeah. Like, this is incredible. Yeah. And season two, just like season one, season two also has these great episodes that do have a little bit of a formula of like, you know, including a setup, including some tragedy, including moments where the characters get to philosophically debate And then at the end, there's always this incredible physical thing that they have to overcome, whether it's a bunch of enemies or like some big powerful thing. It's almost like an anime episode where it's this big expelling of energy. And then a character has to like, the villain is proclaiming like, I have won and you will lose because you love people. And then the heroes always go, no, I'll win because I love people. Like, it's that it feels like that's a little bit of the formula of some of these episodes. But you know what, dude? God damn it. It works.
It works 100% of the time. Yeah.
And it fits with those characters themselves, whether it's even like Logan had a tragic episode, but at the end it was still like Morph that was able to say like, doesn't that make you sad? Like you're more than what you think you are, Logan. And Logan's storyline is not wrapped up, and it does make sense that we're saying goodbye to Nightcrawler because Kurt is such a great character that like basically from the jump, Kurt's already like, I know who I am and I know what is good and I have my faith and there's nothing more for me to learn. And you're like, okay, dude, then you're too good for this world. My story arc was complete from episode 1 of my appearance and I'm good. So then we have to say goodbye to him in a way, you know? But the rest of these characters have so much more to explore. And I'm so excited about that the show is getting. Did you say, Adam, that it's also season 4 they're working on? Like we're going 3 and 4 and maybe beyond?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're already like doing the voice recording for season 3, and I think they're in the writing phase or maybe even animation phase of season 4. So they're trying to. I feel like what they're trying to do is kind of what Invincible, kind of struggled with a little bit. It was like getting the seasons out in enough time that like not too much time has passed, but it's not too fast. So there's a little bit of like opportunity for us to mourn or be excited or rebuild hype. But yeah, so I'm hoping that will be the trend, and every year we can get a new season of this show. Do you mind? I'm trying to fucking have a conversation here. Jesus.
Bro, is that street race about to crash into your house? Do you need to duck behind the desk? Careful, man. Oh my God. Yeah, my God.
Death Gambit? Is that Death Gambit on his motorcycle driving by?
Is that what it was? Insane.
Yeah.
But there's so many more stories that they can do. There's so many more stories that I can still think of myself just as an X-Men comics fan. But I'm so confident in like the world that this show has built, and even the little teases here at the end with Mystique and everything, and where else so many more of these characters could go. I'm serious. I want a Beast-centric episode.
Yeah.
I want another episode that's like Cyclops with his brother Havoc, and then their other brother that didn't exist when the original 90s show did, but was retroactively revealed in the comics. The character who went by the code name Vulcan, who Charles Xavier recruited first before Scott or Alex. Like there's so many different things you could do with some of these major characters still. And I'm really excited about the future of the show. It's great. It's a great hand.
I also really feel like the show, and I'm just basing this off of what's been happening in the last 2 seasons, is I would not be surprised if the roster maybe by like season 4 or 5 is like completely different. Maybe it's not Storm, Jean, Cyclops, maybe not even Wolverine. Like I think because they're bringing characters like Polaris, Forge is getting a bigger role. Like some of these, Forge would be with Storm. So like maybe we're gonna start exploring the future timelines of like what are their kids like, who has kids, what are their powers. I feel like this show, especially because it's called X-Men 97. Like at what point will the show, if ever, if that's like a creative choice they want to make, but when will it get to X-Men 26, 27, 28? What is that going to look like? Who are those characters going to be? So that I think is also like an interesting thing to just keep in the back of your mind. Maybe not like, don't worry about it too much, but think about that could be a possibility that we could see the children of some of these characters, these expanded timelines, where we fast forward and we jump a generation or something. I think that has a possibility, that has the potential to happen as well. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see the roster expand. And I think, inevitably this show cannot just repeat what X-Men, the animated series, did. You can't just have Magneto coming back. You can't have the same Brotherhood coming back. It's got to evolve. It's got to change. And I think the hero roster is part of that too. And this show's not afraid to kill off characters, like especially characters that like Kurt, we really love, and the show really makes you love the characters. So I applaud them for at least like having the cojones to do that, because that's not always easy. with these kinds of shows,
especially with such a beloved character like Nightcrawler. Like that dude could live forever as like the wise sage of the X-Men, and I'd be perfectly happy with it. But also having this happen to him made a lot of sense. I think for me, what's sticking out with this show, and I can't help but to compare it with the show that came before the 90s, run of the show. This current X-Men 97 makes me feel how I felt when I was watching the OG show as a kid. Like with this sense of like wonder and like awe and like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens next. Even though those storylines were crazy, the animation was inconsistent. Like, it didn't really like make sense as to like, and I can say this because we've gone back and watched every single episode again. I doubt any of you caught my Polemicus joke, which was really good, you guys. That was nobody laughed.
I am Polemicus.
But
Storm's other boyfriend.
But we had characters like Polemicus that I still remember, but were not good.
Right.
And they're taking the heart and spirit of that show from the 90s and bringing it here. And even though this season was not as impactful as season 1, as far as like those huge moments, and half of that, come on, that's due to Magneto. That's due to Magneto being Magneto. We don't have Magneto.
Episode was like unbelievable.
The Genosha episode, Gambit's death, all that stuff. But this show stood out on its own because it is still sticking true to what X-Men is and what the show was. It's making me fall in love. Like I said towards the end, I can't. The original show made me fall in love with Wolverine. That was it. This show is making me love all the other X-Men. It's making me remember why the X-Men are really fucking dope, and this is why. And then season 3, I hope they dive into a little bit of the Friends of Humanity, because that's super relevant to what things are going through, what we're going to nowadays. And so to hold a mirror up like that, I think that would be really cool. And then obviously to tie it into all the rest of what you guys were saying. But this show just gives me all the good feelings because I feel like they're consistent. The creators are consistent, and they still are proving that they love these characters. And there's a lot more to say with these characters than what we have seen before. So let them go into season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bro. Like, let's do everything. Let's explore every nook and cranny of the X-Men universe. I will sit here and watch all of it.
Same.
We need X-Men 2000s. We need X-Men 2010s and 2020s.
Yeah.
We need them all. Yeah. Really, really, really good. And excited to just see, I know for us it's a little bit different because we're now 6 weeks ahead from the finale.
Yeah.
So we don't have to wait in real time to see like what is the news going to be on the next season. We're not going to get any earlier, unfortunately.
It's going to be nice to like sit back and like rub my hands together and be like, yay.
Just rewatching it on the weekly and be like, yes, it is that good.
You don't even know.
It is still that good.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But of course, guys, let us know your theories. What do you think is going to happen in season 3? Any of the characters that could bring into the roster or maybe removed from the roster? I don't know. And then how do you think Magneto could potentially make a comeback? Let us know. Check out everything else we're watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
That's why we are watching.